Hello YouTube, Dave here again. Today I'm going to be unboxing and just showing off the Ultra Pro Dungeons & Dragons figurine of adorable power for the Black Dragon. Now I'd shown this recently in my last video where I was talking about some of the items that I picked up. And this is just really cool. Like Black Dragons and Beholders are basically my two favorite creatures in all of Dungeons & Dragons. I just love the way that they're designed. And when we were out, we were at our local GameStop, and they actually had this on their shelf, and I was just really kind of psyched to see what it was and to pick it up. This did retail for $19.99. That is Canadian dollars, so US is obviously going to be a little bit different. But let's just take a look at the packaging here. The box is a little bit beat up, but I'm not too concerned about that. We've got some other figures that you can also collect. You've got the Boule, the Goblin, and the Roper. And the Roper, I think the Ropers actually come in multiple colors, because I think they had two different ones there. One was like red and one was bluish, or maybe closer to the brown color. So there is some variety in some of these figures, at least the ones that we saw for the Roper. I think the only other one they had was maybe the Boule, and it looked pretty similar to, I think, what we have here. I wasn't really interested in any of those, though, so I didn't spend a lot of time looking at them. I just wanted to take a look at this guy here. On the side of the box, you've got the Black Dragon art, and again, it's sort of the ultra, cartoony, but still really awesome design with the horn and sort of the, the face, the kind of almost skeletal features, although that's kind of downplayed a bit for this, but it still looks really cool. On the corner here, you also have like the front look at the dragon. And then on this side of the box, we have a little description for it. So it reads, "The most evil, tempered, and vile of the chromatic dragons, black dragons collect the wreckage and treasures of fallen peoples. These dragons loathe seeing the weak prosper and revel in the collapse of humanoid kingdoms. They make their homes in fetid swamps and crumbling ruins where kingdoms once stood." So interesting description there. So let's just go ahead and get right into it, shall we? Okay, luckily there's not a whole lot to it. So here is the dragon, and it's just again, it's a vinyl figure, not a whole lot to it. It's pretty lightweight, but it's still really awesome, and I think they actually did a pretty good job with the paint on it here. Obviously airbrush, but it still looks really cool. On the feet, you actually have the D&D ampersand, as well as the Ultra Pro logo, and just a TM trademark 2020, and says Wizards there. So on the dragon itself, you got the little swirl marks there. I don't know if that's supposed to be like where their joints are. I'm not super big on like cartoonish art styles, but still looks really cool. You got the wings, sort of the greenish coloring to them, which looks great. And they actually distinguish between the membrane and the actual, what do they call those? I want to say flanges, but I think that's wrong. We'll just call them like the fingers, or the bones, the structure of the wing. They actually do color it so that it stands out. And it's not just the lighting either. Like, I can look at it at different angles, and it actually is painted differently. So again, that's just a cool little attention to detail for something as simplistic as this. Then you got the dragon's got its mouth closed. You got the two horns coming off the chin, which looks great. And then you've got sort of like the jagged mouth there with the very thin upper portion of the jaw and the larger lower portion of the jaw. The nostrils and the triangular angry dragon eyes. Again, just really cool little figure. And like I said, for 20 bucks, a decent little collectible that I could put up on my shelf. I have to say, pretty cool stuff. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, not much to this video, but I did want to show a little unboxing here. And like I said, I think they did a really solid job with the paintwork on this dragon. So yeah, cool stuff. Actually, hold on. What I'm going to do, I actually have I should have a Black Dragon mini nearby. So just give me a moment. I will be right back, and we will do a little comparison. So just bear with me here. All right, so here I have my medium-sized Black Dragon miniature. This was from the 2003 D&D Minis product line. from the Dragon Eye expansion, if I recall correctly. And this was a figure that I actually spent a lot of money on boosters trying to get. So I kind of shoehorned it into this video because I can, I guess. But I thought it'd be cool, like I said, just to compare it a little bit here. So you can actually see it's got similar coloration to it. You've got like the greenish color on the wings. Shows up really well on the back here. And it is more like a spotty pattern here. But what's actually kind of neat is if you take a look at the lighter colors on the dragon's wings, they actually match up pretty closely, which I think is kind of cool. You can also see the lighter colored underbelly there. It's a little bit more muted than what we have on the actual like final figure, but this is meant to be more cartoonish anyway. But overall, I think it kind of does a really good job showing a little consistency in the Black Dragon, art style or, paint schemes or whatever you want to call it. So just again, really, really cool stuff. So there you go. Just thought I would do that little comparison. Any chance I get to show off one of my favorite minis, I'm going to be taking it. So that's, I guess, it's kind of selfish on my part, but it is what it is. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you've collected any of these figurines of Adorable Power, or maybe even someone like the plush that they've released. I have like the Xanathar dice bag, which looks really, really cool, like the Beholder. Or let me know what creature you would love to see made into one of these figurines of Adorable Power. I don't think scaling is really an issue with these because this is meant to be huge, but there's creatures that are meant to be large size, and the figures are pretty close to the same size, so I don't think they're going for any sort of scaling. So I think it would be awesome if they did a figurine of Adorable Power for the Tarask. I would be all over that in a heartbeat if they ever decided to put one of those out. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all next time. Until then, take care.